Is it because I'm black? The question contains the entire case, the burden and the chains of proof inverted. The one who should be asking is the system. Instead, I'm the one tasking myself approving what should be self-evident. The question shouldn't need an answer. The precedent of its needing to be asked is the indictment. So Johnson knew in '69 the Enlightenment was supposed to have settled this. It didn't. The question persists because the system didn't change its answer. Is it because I'm black? The answer is yes, the evidence is the track. Is it because, yeah? Is it, is it because I'm black?
The question is the testimony. The asking is the proof. The answer was always yes. The question is the whole roof.
Is it because I'm black that the loan has a different rate? Is it because I'm black that the school has a different fate? Is it because I'm black that the sentence has a different length? Is it because I'm black that the hospital has different strength of care? Is it because I'm black that the neighborhood gets the toxic plant? Is it because understood is not the same as addressed? The data says yes to every question. That's the sworn address. I submit to the court, exhibit after exhibit. The answer is consistent. Every visit to the institution confirms the finding. Is it because I'm black? Stop minding it. Is it? Is it because I'm black?
The question is the testimony. The asking is the proof. The answer was always yes. The question is the whole roof.
Still Johnson pressed the question on wax in '69. The answer in the following 50 years. The line is consistent, yes, across every institution. Yes, that's the data, that's the resolution. The question shouldn't need repeating, but the repetition is the beating of the drum that says we're still here, still asking, still submitting evidence, still tasking the court with the burden of its own answer. Is it because I'm black? Yes, the cancer in the body of the promise, named in '69, still naming it now. That's the bottom line, yeah. Is it because I'm black? I'm black. Cause I'm black. Cause I'm black.
Answers in the law.
I'm black.
Answers in the law.
My skin is black, my arms are long, my hair is woolly, my back is strong, strong enough to take the pain, inflicted again and again. They call me Aunt Sarah. I have carried everything this country buried in the bodies of the ones who built it. My back is the foundation I quilted this nation from the scraps they left me. Aunt Sarah's not the woman they see when they look. Aunt Sarah is the debt the country owes and hasn't paid yet. Yeah. For women, for women. My skin is black, my skin is yellow, my skin is tan, my skin is brown. Yeah, my skin is yellow, my hair is long. Between two worlds is where I belong. My father was rich and white. He forced my mother late one night. Sophronia, the name they gave the neither. Not quite this, not quite the other neither. The world claims me fully, both worlds use me for what I represent. The history of what was done, written written on my face, the evidence that nobody can erase. Sophronia testifies with her existence. The crime is in the complexion, that's the distance. For women, for women. My skin is black, my skin is yellow, my skin is tan, my skin is brown. My skin is tan, my hair is fine, my hips invite you, my mouth like wine. Whose little girl am I? Anyone who has money to buy. Sweet thing, the name the market gave me before I gave it to myself. The gravy of the transaction is that I chose it before they could choose it. I exposed it as a choice, not a fate. That's the distinction. Sweet thing testifies the extinction of my options was complete, so I made the option my own. That's how I stayed. Yeah. For women. My skin is black, my skin is yellow, my skin is tan, my skin is brown. I can't live swimming, I'm brown. My skin is brown, my manner is tough. I'll kill the first mother I see. My life has been rough, I'm awfully bitter these days because my parents were slaves. Peach is the one who survived by refusing the sweetness they assign. The bruising made the armor, the fury is the credential of the one who took every confidential, wound and turned it into a weapon. Peaches testifies the beckoning of the bitter is what's left when every other option closes. Peach is heavy. Whoa, women, yeah. For women. My skin is black, my skin is yellow, my skin is tan, my skin is brown. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dear mama, I would write this myself, but the right arm that I had before I left didn't come back with me. Left it somewhere in a country I couldn't find on the map somewhere. Between the reason they gave me and the reason I can now see clearly in this season of recovery. I can't write left-handed, so someone else is writing what I've dead. To be said, dear mama, I am alive, which is the most and least I can contrive to say about the current situation. Alive, that's the complete communication. Yeah. Oh, right, my hand chop, left-handed. I can't write left-handed. Someone write this for me. I can't write my hand chop, left-handed. I can't write left-handed. Someone write this for me. Write this for me. The reason they gave me was freedom. I believed it, the way you believe things before you've achieved it. Enough distance to see the shape of the thing from outside. The reason was a ring in my nose. I followed it into the country that needed me gone from this country to service interests. I can't write left-handed, means the interest was never mine, it's candid now. I can see it clearly from the bed where the recovery happens. In my head, the clarity arrives that didn't fit in the training. I can't write, that's it, yeah. I can't write like a child, like left-handed. I can't write left-handed. Someone write this for me. I can't write like a child, like left-handed. I can't write left-handed. Someone write this for me. Write this for me. Tell them I said, the ones who sent me, that the freedom they were defending plenty. Stayed home, the freedom I left for. was not the freedom I bled for. Tell them I said the arm I left there is the interest on a debt somewhere in the accounting of the nation's debts. My arm is a line item, no regrets, just clarity. I can't write left-handed, means I can't pretend I've expanded beyond the pretending. The wounds, the education I couldn't have gotten any other station. Yeah. Like left-handed, I can't write left-handed. Left-handed, I can't write like left-handed. I can't write left-handed. Left-handed, handed.
And ain't nobody fighting. 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 The fight goes out of the lowest. Or should be fighting. Or should be fighting. You'll 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 be fighting.
From the Indians to the Pilgrims to the Revolution, to the Constitution, to the dissolution of the promise. Gil named it Winter in America, the season when the dream goes dark, the chime era of the promise exposed by the cold. The dream was always a story told to the ones who needed the story, not the ones who built the infrastructure. The winter comes when the distance between the story and the fact becomes impossible to bridge. The track of the nation's winter is the gap between what was promised and the map.
Ain't nobody fighting. And ain't nobody fighting. And ain't nobody fighting. And ain't nobody fighting. When the fight goes out of the ones.
The winner took the leaders first, that's the pattern. The ones who could name the season shatter the naming before the winner takes hold. Malcolm, Martin, Medgar, the cold arrived in the form of the bullet before the movement could fully fill it out. The winner is strategic, it targets the ones who generate the heat, the markets of warmth in a cold system. Gil knew in 74 what the winner would do to the generation that came after the heat. The winner raised us, that's the cold receipt. Yeah, for the
ain't nobody fighting. And ain't nobody fighting. And ain't nobody fighting. And ain't nobody fighting. The fight goes out of the ones.
The diagnostician's job is not the cure. The diagnosis is the first step. The pure act of naming the season correctly so the treatment can begin directly. Gil named the winner. The naming is the warmth inside the cold. The form of resistance available in the winner is accurate testimony. That's the printer of the record. I carry this into the session. The winner continues. The lesson is to name it clearly. Winter in America, the spring requires the honest camera. Yeah.
Winning too. And ain't nobody fighting. Winning too. And ain't nobody fighting. Winning too. And ain't nobody fighting. When ain't nobody fighting. When the fight goes out of the ones. When ain't nobody fighting, when the fight goes out of the ones.
The world is a ghetto, meaning the conditions that define the local or the global positions of the system. The extraction doesn't stop at the city limit. The crop, is global, the labor is global, the profit is local. That asymmetry is the socket that the world is a ghetto plugs into. The same by Lagos, Manila through Sao Paulo and Brixton and Detroit. The ghetto is the export, that's the point. War named it in 72, the world was already the ghetto, it had unfurled. Yeah.
The world is a ghetto.
Get your nervous system not addressed.
The world is a ghetto.
Walking through the ghetto on a sunny day.
The sun is the same everywhere.
Yeah. The rubber from the Congo, the copper from the mines, the coffee from the highlands. The designs of the extraction are identical worldwide. Take the resource, leave the empty, subside into the next resource. The ghetto is what's left after the extraction. This is the world is a ghetto's actual meaning, not the neighborhood. The systematic cleaning of the value out of every geography that the system touches. The topography of the ghetto maps exactly onto the extraction routes. War new pronto.
The world is a ghetto.
Ghetto on the system not addressed.
It's a ghetto.
Walking through the ghetto on a sunny day.
The sun is the same everywhere.
I testify from the global ghetto, every city I've stood in has the same committee of the overlooked, the same invisible infrastructure of the indivisible. Human labor that the system doesn't price. The world is a ghetto means think twice before you call your neighborhood specific. The condition is universal, the terrific scope of war's title is the testimony that the session needed. The hegemony of the local is the lie. The world is a ghetto. That's the flag under
The world is a ghetto.
Ghetto on the system not addressed.
Is a ghetto.
walking through the ghetto on a sunny day.
The sun is the same everywhere.
The world is a ghetto.
Ghetto on the system not addressed.
Is a ghetto.
Ghetto on a sunny day.
The sun is the same everywhere. Ghetto, ghetto on the system. Ghetto, 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 ghetto on the system not addressed. The politics in every note. I can super fly. Politics in every note. I can super fly. The politics in every note. I can super fly. The politics in every note.
We the people who are darker than blue. Curtis rewrote the preamble. Who are we the people actually? The ones, the original we excluded. The sons, and daughters of the ones whose labor built the we. The neighbor who was never in the room when the we was written now claims the we. That's the position. Darker than blue means the depth of the feeling exceeds the color, the ceiling of the language reach. Darker than blue is the political statement. We all are you. Darker than blue. Darker than blue. We the people who are darker than blue, are darker than blue, darker than blue. We the people who are darker than blue. Darker than blue. Darker than blue means the blues don't cover it. The blues is the container. We discovered it was too small for the specific weight of the condition. Darker is the state, beyond the blues acknowledge pain. Darker than blue means the pain has a name more precise than the music. The political name, the systemic The critical analysis of the condition. Curtis knew in 70 that the blues needed to accrue more precision. Darker than blue was the upgrade from feeling to analysis. That's the trade, yeah. Darker than blue. Darker than blue. We the people who are darker than blue, darker than blue, darker than blue. We the people who are darker than blue, darker than blue. We the people who are darker than blue demand the accounting, not the reprimand of the one who asks. The full ledger, open every entry, every dredger of the resource, pull from the people, darker than blue. The steeple of the manifesto is the demand for the ledger. Curtis had it planned. 77 minutes of the darkest. Curtis, the album track that started the series Deepest Politics. We the people, darker than blue. That's the sequel. We the people, darker than sugar cloud. Politics in every note. We the people, darker than sugar fly. Politics in every note. We the people, darker than sugar fly. Politics in every note. We the people, darker than sugar fly. The politics in every note. We the people, we the people, we the people, we the people.
He's reaching for wild. Reaching for wild. Reaching for wild.
Harvest for the world, meaning the yield of the labor belongs to the field, not to the one who owns the deed. The harvest belongs to the ones who seed and tend and pick. The harvest is the right of the ones whose hands bring it to light. The Isleys knew in 76 what nobody expected the Isleys to know. The body of political knowledge in the groove was unexpected. That's the move, the serious record from the source you dismissed as only funk. They had more on the list, yeah.
Harvest for the world.
Reaching for the wall.
Harvest for the world. All of God's children need to eat.
Reaching for the wall.
Harvest.
That's the ones who work to heat.
The harvest of the cotton went to the one who owned the field. The harvest of the sun that grew the crop. The harvest of the body that picked it when elsewhere, that's the body. Truth of the harvest, the metaphor extends to every resource. The harvest bends toward the deed, not the deeds doing. The Isleys named the gap, the brewing of the inequality in the harvest is the world's oldest story. The farthest you can trace the system back. The harvest was always taken, that's the fact. Yeah.
Harvest for the world.
Reaching for the world. Harvest.
Harvest for the world. All of God's children need to eat.
Reaching for the world. Harvest.
Harvest.
Each of the ones whole world to heat now.
The harvest we build is the culture. Every record pressed, the vulture of the industry took the royalty and left the harvest, the loyalty of the culture to itself is the count, the harvest. The Cypher Soul Session is the harvest, built from the sources that were taken and returned as bars. The forsaken harvest reclaimed in the groove. Every session is the move toward the world receiving what it grew. Harvest for the world, that's the residue, yeah.
Harvest for the world.
Reaching for the world. Harvest.
Harvest for the world. All of God's children need to eat.
Reaching for the world. Harvest.
to the ones homework, the hate now.
Harvest, harvest for the world. Harvest for
Rock the power. Rock the power then. Rock the powers that big. Rock the power. Rock the power. Rock the power then. Rock the power. Rock the powers that big. Rock the power. Rock that big.
Assumes you know which power that it looms. Clearly enough to target, that's the first requirement of the fight. Identify the thirst for what it controls. The power that requires fighting is always the one that's been inviting you to believe it doesn't exist. The invisible power is the hardest to resist, because you can't fight what you can't see. The Isleys made it audible, that's the key. 7 minutes of the groove, naming the target before the bars could find the market. Yeah, fight the power. Powers, fight the power, the powers be. Gotta fight the powers that be. Like fight the power, the powers be. Fight the power, leave, gotta fight that. The extended section is where the real bars live. The hit single is the introduction. Give me the 7 minutes where the groove opens up and the power has to reveal itself. The cup of the fight runneth over in the extended cut. The radio edit, close the gate. The gut of the record is in the length. The fight requires the full time, not the highlight. Real the Isleys knew 7 minutes to name the power. The limits of the 3-minute format were the power's friend. The extended cut is where the fight begins. Fight the power, the powers, fight. Fight the power, the powers, gotta fight the powers that be. Fight the power, the powers, fight. Fight the power, leaves gotta fight the powers that be. Fight the powers, fight the powers that be. Fight the powers, Fight the power of the least that prices out. Fight the power of the school board. Shout at the power of the precinct policy. Fight the power of the pharmacy. That closed in the neighborhood that needed it. Fight the power of the power, seated it in every institution simultaneously. The Isleys named me, fight it instantly and specifically. Not the abstract power, the specific one. The zone and hour, meeting where the decision gets made. Fight that power, show up, that's the train. Yeah, fight the power, fight the powers. Fight the power, the powers. We gotta fight the powers that fight the power, fight the powers. Fight the power. DFD's gotta fight the powers that the DP can be.
Across 110th Street is where the other America built its infrastructure. The mother of invention lives on this side of the line, where necessity redesigned the spine of every institution that the other side takes for granted. The slide. Rule of survival, calculus runs daily. On 110th, the mathematics aren't hazy.
They're precise what comes in, what goes out. The deficit that nobody talks about. In the quarterly report, the block keeps its own books. The stock of the community's actual wealth is in the invisible ledger. Health of the block measured in who shows up when the system doesn't. That's the cup, yeah, that runneth over on 110th. The address is the testimony, not the distress signal. The GPS coordinates of a people who built the city while the city built the steeple across 110th Street. 110th Street. Everybody's trying to make it. The ends. Everybody's trying to make it. The ends. Street. The woman on the third floor works 2 jobs, and the third one nobody counts. The mobs of economists who measure labor miss the third shift. The favor, economy, the childcare circle that 6 families run. The purple belt of the informal sector that holds the block. The director of this economy has no title, just a phone that rings. The vital signs of the neighborhood are in their contact list, not the census, not the analysts. Data set, the man on the first floor fixes everything that breaks. The store of knowledge in his hands is worth more than the certification. The girth of what he knows built in the school of the block. The unwritten rule is he fixes it first, bills later. That's the credit system, that's the data. Across 110th Street. 110th. Everybody's trying to make it. The end. Everybody's trying to make it. The end. The line at 110th is not a street, it is a policy. The concrete implementation of a decision made in a room where nobody from the block had stayed long enough to vote. The line divides by design. On one side, the rides are smooth, the lights come on. The response time is quick on this side, on and on. The bulb stays out for 3 weeks, the pothole stays 3 months. The patrol car stays longer than the pothole. That asymmetry is not a glitch, that's protocol. Womack knew, the film knew, the difference between the 2 cities is the evidence that the line was drawn, not discovered. The common track, the policy uncovered. The film used 110th as atmosphere. The bars make it the subject, the frontier. Between the backdrop and the center is the distance between the lens and the manner. Who lives there? Womack's record was. The commentary track, the film never was honest enough to make the score. Said struggle, the bars say here's the floor plan. Here's the informal economy. Here's the woman on 3, the autonomy of the block that built itself while the city built around it. That's the wealth the 110th holds. I testify from the commentary track. The alibi, the overlooked is the evidence. Left myth on the cutting floor, that's the sentence. Across 110th Street. Street. Big brother, big brother, big brother, big brother, yeah, big brother, I see you watch it, that's the double, meaning already. Watching is the trouble in the mechanism simultaneously. The eye that watches is the power, don't ask why. Big brother watches with the lens of the institution and the lens of the family. The solution to the state surveillance is not always outside the house. The hallways of the home have eyes that report to the same authority. The court of Big Brother is everywhere, but gaze is normalized. That's
just amazed of the double meaning. The brother who is watching is sometimes the other big brother. The state and the familiar both, I name both. That's the particular, testimony I bring. CV built the frame in 72. I extend the claim from the government to every institution that requires your gaze as the solution. Big brother, the name is the indictment. Big brother, I love you, but you don't care about me. Big brother, the name is the indictment. Brother, I love you, but you don't care about me. Big brother functions through the frame. The frame determines what has a name and what remains a name. The power to name is the power every hour. You accept the vocabulary of the institution. You feed the frame. The contribution of your language to the system is the fuel that runs the engine. The renewal of the frame happens in the mouth of the one that constrains. True north and south are determined by the frame's compass. Big brother's genius is the rumpus. It doesn't start. The frame does the work invisibly. That's the quirk of the sophisticated surveillance. It doesn't watch you. It teaches you to watch yourself. It mustn't. Even look, you do the looking. Every mirror that you're booking. Time in front of is a frame. Big brother built. That's the game. Big brother. The name is the indictment. Big brother, I love you, but you don't care. Withdrawal is not dramatic, it's quiet. The refusal to use the vocabulary. The diet of the frame is the first act of resistance. Rename the thing, change the distance between your language and the institutions. Name for it. The resolutions of the revolutionary don't look like a march. They look like, refuse to start up the official narrative. Stevie knew in 72 that the breakthrough was linguistic before it was legislative. Name Big Brother. That's the imperative. Name him in the room, name him in the system, name him in the family. The schism between the named and the unnamed is where the power lives. Big brother, name, big brother. Big brother, big brother, big brother, big brother, big brother,
If you don't like the picture doesn't change its frame. The scripture of the condition is not edited by the viewer's discomfort. The reviewer's critique does not alter the subject matter. Only the relationship, the latter, is the viewer's problem. The picture holds what it holds, the stricture of the accurate images. It stays accurate. The gaze that looks away changes the viewer, not the picture. Kendricks drew the distinction in 72. Motown didn't know how to sell it. The downtown of their catalog was love songs. This is the record where the strong belongs. Yeah, on the wall, we're the ones who enter. Have to face it. The center of the gallery is not the comfortable painting, it's the accurate one. That's the awaiting if you don't like the picture.
If you don't
like the picture,
change the conditions that make it look so bad. If you don't like the picture, change the conditions that make it look so bad.
The picture contains the school where the ceiling budget was cut before the leaking. The feeling of the gymnasium in winter, no heat. The picture contains the receipt that the neighborhood keeps. Every closed pharmacy, every relocated grocery, the infirmary that became a parking structure overnight. The picture is a long exposure. The light was on for decades. Every decision that built the condition
The incision of the budget into the block is in the picture, frame by frame, that's the stock of the evidence. The picture is a document, not a feeling. The sentiment you have about the image is irrelevant to the damage, that the image records Kendrick's knew. The picture is the proof, through and through. And if you don't like what the proof shows, the proof is not the problem. That's the pros if you don't like the picture. If you don't like the picture, change the condition, make it look so bad. If you don't like the picture, change the conditions that make it look so bad. The oath of the artist is accuracy, not comfort. The adjacency of beauty and truth is not guaranteed. The accurate picture may not be freed from the ugly. That's the condition of the honest artist. The ambition is not to please the gallery, it's to name what's there. The painting and the frame are both testimony. Kendrick's painted the picture, Motown wanted tainted with the love gloss. He refused the comfort filter, be accused. In the picture is the condition, not the individual. The tradition of the comfortable demanding soft focus is the hocus. Kendrick's broke the locus of control in 72 with one record that they didn't promote. The sacred obligation of the accurate picture is don't look away. That's the stricture. If you don't like the picture, don't like the picture, change the condition, make it look so bad. If you don't like the picture, change the conditions that make it look so bad.
Give more power to the people, the more is the whole argument. The implore is unnecessary, this is not a request. This is the accounting manifest in the deficit between what was taken and what was returned. The forsaken balance sheet of the community shows the debt, give more, the fee is already owed. The Shylights knew in 71 what history grew into. The demand is not political theater, it's arithmetic, give more, the leader of what was extracted, return it. The more and give more, confirm it. Is the acknowledgement that something was taken first. That's the drumming, that you hear in the snare. The demand has a history longer than the band that recorded it. Give more power means return what's owed this hour.
Give more power.
Give more power to the people.
Give more power to the people.
Right now, power with me.
Give more power.
More power means the school gets the endowment that currently sits in the investment account of the institution that never came to the neighborhood. Assignment, but more specifically, it's the remedy. Give it specifically to the school on the block that's been waiting 40 years for the renovating of the gymnasium. More power means the budget line rewrites, convenes in a room that has the neighborhood in it, not just looking through the window in it. At the table, more power to the people means the people are the ones who sequel to every decision. It's not what did they decide, but we decided. That's the divide between the power that exists and the power that persists in the same room while the neighborhood watches. Give more power, break those latches.
Give more power.
Give more power to the people.
Give more power to the people.
Right now, power with me.
Give more power.
The insight is the power doesn't need to be created. The creed is not manufacture new power. It's redistribute the existing every hour. The power that concentrates is power that someone else awaits. The zero sum of the political is that the powerful reciprocal. Requires somewhat powerless. Sip more, give more. Power to the people means restore the balance that the concentration broke. The shy lights named it, that's the stroke of brilliance in one record they made once. The demand doesn't need the dunce. Cap of the one-hit label, give more power, is the permanent demand every hour. The people give more power to the people is the one who doesn't make the sequel of the evening news, whose story is filed under background. The glory of the demand is its specificity, not the people in the abstract city. Of the political speech, the people on the block, the steeple of the informal economy, the woman who runs the child care circle, the human infrastructure that the power ignores while extracting from it. Give more power to that woman, to the man who fixes everything, to the clan of the block that built itself while the city built around it. Give more wealth,
Give more power,
give more power,
power
to the people.
Give more power to the people.
Right now, power me,
Give more power,
give more power,
power
to the people.
Give more power to the people.
Right now, power me,
Give more power.
Fencewalk, meaning the navigation of the line between the survival of the symphony, survival of the soul. Two different accountants, the toll of the fence walk is you pay it either way. Stay on one side all day, you pay the cost of the ideological purity that doesn't eat. The maturity is in knowing which side to lean and when the in-between. It's not weakness, it's the most sophisticated navigatrix available, the faded, Choice between the pure and the surviving is false. The one who's driving knows the fence is not the problem. Walking in with precision, that's the emblem. Fence walk, balance is the best of fence. Fence walk, walking the fence between the soul and the survival. Fence walk, balance is the best of fence. Fence walk, walking the fence between the soul and the survival. The fence is where most people actually live, not on one side. The seed of the ideology filters out the ones who wouldn't read it, the daughters and the sons of the face of the majority, the ones who claim the purity on either side are performing for an audience. The storming of the moral fortress is always done by the ones who've never run the daily calculation of the fence. How much principle, how much rent, how much dignity, how much survival. The arrival of the day's balance sheet is the fence walk. Land drill named the walk, I walk the talk, of the fence. The Latin for groove is the fence walk in music, the move between the African root and the American context. The diaspora walks the fence, that's the pretext. Fence walk, balance is a rhythm fence. Fence walk, walking the fence between the soul and its survival. The diaspora is the fence walk incarnate, the African root in the American market. Walking the line between the origin and the address, the margin between who you were and who the context requires you to be. The pretext of assimilation is get off the fence. The wisdom of the diaspora immense is the fence is the most accurate address, the most passionate testimony of the one who holds both sides, the one who folds neither. Mandrills, Latin font is the fence, and music, African American intense at its soul on simultaneously. The fence walk done brilliantly,
describe the condition, not beside it. The position of the testimony is, I'm wet, not I watch the rain, no shelter yet. The bars are written from the rain, not from the window. The refrain of the comfortable observer is hanging there. The bars from inside the rain is rare to hear, because the ones inside are busy staying dry. The guide to surviving the rain is written by the ones who stood in it, that's why the dramatics pressed this in Detroit in 71. The exploit of the rain as metaphor was already the blues tradition, but the dramatics steadily made it specific. The rain of Detroit, the industrial rain, the roy and ruin of the auto plant, the rain that falls when the city can't. Yeah. In the rain.
It's a river, standing in the rain, waiting for the sun.
The sun is structural, it won't come without the conditions changing. Everyone. The rain teaches things that the shelter can't. The patience is not passive. The recant of the impatient option is the first lesson of the rain. The worst decision is the one made in the first hour of the rain, when the shower seems temporary. It isn't always. The second lesson is the always of the rain is a possibility. The agility required is not the dash to shelter, but the learning how to helter skelter through the rain with your dignity intact. The indignity of the rain is what they design. The endurance is what you refine. In response, the rain teaches the specific knowledge of the terrific cost of waiting and the cost of stopping to wait. What's lost in the rain?
In the rain,
In the rain.
standing in the rain, waiting for the sun.
The sun is structural, it won't come without the conditions changing. Everyone. In the rain, there's a community. The ones who didn't reach immunity from the condition, the ones whose shelter wasn't built, the helter skelter of the uncovered is shared. The ones in the rain who prepared each other for the rain are the community that the sun finds. The immunity is collective. One umbrella doesn't cover everyone. The fella who hoards the shelter is the one who made the rain worse, not the sun. The community of the rain knows who shared and who didn't, through and through. The accounting of the storm is done by the ones who stood in it. Everyone, yeah. Waiting for the sun to come is the passive version. The outcome of the active version is build the conditions for the sun to give. Of the rain soaked knows that the sun doesn't arrive because someone wished for it with sufficient patience. The sun requires the adjacent conditions, political, economic, spatial. The sun is not celestial in this metaphor. It's the result of the organized, the difficult work of building the shelter while standing in the rain. Helter skelter doesn't build anything. The dramatics name the thing in the rain.
In the
rain. It's the rain. In the rain.
Standing in the rain, waiting for the sun.
The sun is structural, it won't come without the conditions changing. Everyone.
In the rain.
Someday we'll all be free. The someday is the most honest word. The Monday after the session, after Sill's question, after 4 women, the lesson of the testimony is not the verdict. It's the belief, the curve it doesn't bend to adjust it. So automatically, Donnie said someday, not today, and not never. The someday lives between the honest today. What gives? The someday is credibility, is the accuracy of the today, the free. It's not a lie about the present. It's the belief that the crescent
of the possible is real. That's somewhere in the architecture of the someday there. Yo, digital.
We'll all be free.
Hang on to the world as it spins around. The someday requires the honest accounting, not the wishful, the mounting. Evidence of the session confirms that today is not free. The terms of the someday are name the today correctly first, then the someday directly follows as the next logical position. The session was the first condition. Still asked the question, Nina testified, Bill dictated, Gil identified the winner. War expanded the frame, Curtis rewrote the preamble, the claim. Yeah, the Isleys harvested and fought, Womack testified from the block thought. Stevie named Big Brother, Kendricks painted, the Shylights demanded, Mandrill waited, the fence, the dramatic stood in the rain. All of it is the today explained. The someday begins the morning after, the accurate today, that's the chapter. Yeah.
Someday,
Conditional piece.
we'll all be free.
Hang on to the world as it spins around.
Spin it.
Someday,
We'll all be free.
Freedom from the question still lasts. The someday when the questions unmasked becomes unnecessary. When is it? Because I'm black no longer. The visit of the someday to that question is the question has no session left to open. Freedom from the needing to ask, that's the first freedom. Bleeding into freedom from the winter, the spring that Gil named the splinter of the someday that lives in the naming of the season correctly, the claiming, yeah, of the spring is possible. Freedom from the rain, the kingdom of the shelter built in the rain by the ones who stood in it. No stain, the someday is collective, not personal. We'll all be free, the universal pronoun is the testimony's conclusion. Not me, not you. The inclusion of the all is the whole session's argument. From sill to mandrill, the pavement of the testimony is laid toward the collective someday. The accord of the all and we'll all be free is the most demanding word. The C of the all includes the ones who didn't ask the question, who wouldn't, didn't. Yeah. See the winner who stood in the sun while the rain fell. Well, all, everyone, that's the demand inside the hope. The someday includes the ones who don't cope with the today's accounting. The free is not only for the ones who see, it's for the all. Donnie knew the all is harder than the few. Yeah. The session opened with a question, it closes with a someday. The lesson is not the question has been answered, it's the question has been cantered through, walk through process, witness, assessed in the belief that remains after the witnessing is not in vain. Donnie said it in 73. After the everything, someday we'll all be free. The someday is not naive, it's the most sophisticated thing to believe, yeah. After the evidence, after the winner, after the rain, the splinter of the someday is earned, not given. The session testified, we're still living.
Definition.
we'll all be free.
We're born